Nitro from Last Resurrection Project. I'm going to try to get some work done on the cello this morning. And got to say hi to Chinadale and Hollywood and Black Dragon this morning. I want to thank you all for all your prayers. Keep praying. Brett had a pretty bad morning. I guess a lot of you don't know, with the ileostomy bag and going through chemo. The bag is attached to your side, and you have a piece of intestine coming out of your side. And then you have to put a special glue on your skin around where the bag sticks. And at any given moment, if that bag starts to leak underneath the sticky stuff and it's got chemo in it, it causes chemo burns. So all around where this bag sticks, my wife has some spots that are open sores, and it's completely red. Well, when you shower and clean that, of course, you know what a burn's going to feel like when you put hot water on it. Now imagine that bag you have to use a special substance to get that bag to stick, it's kind of like a glue with alcohol in it. So once you've cleaned, showered, you've wiped it down with antibacterial, now you have to put this glue on it. And the scream that came out of my wife this morning was pretty bad, guys. So she's in a lot of pain. So I need a lot of prayers. She's got about 2.5 weeks before her surgery. And she has to change this bag sometimes every other day. Sometimes she might get 3 days. But here lately, because she has so many open wounds, it creates liquid where the sticky stuff is supposed to go. The bag don't last as long. So when I'm in the shower, in there trying to help her get out of the shower, help her get dried off, help that little piece of intestine, keep it from shooting fecal matter out, holding a rag around it, trying to help her get dry, trying to help that antibacterial stuff go around, trying to help her get that glue adhesive on while she's screaming in pain, is something I wouldn't want anyone to have to go through. So keep us in your prayers. It's a constant battle, and a lot of women, and I guess a lot of men, would probably lose their spouses in this time of need. But for her, having me to be able to just come in there, just for her to be able to hold on to me and cry and tell me that she's so thankful that she has me. And it has nothing to do with I'm thankful for having me. It's what you would do for another human being that you care for. And I love her to death, so you all know I ain't going nowhere. She's got me clear to the end. And that's not what we're shooting for. We're hoping this is all going to come to the ending conclusion of her not having to have a bag, the cancer being gone. She's decided once they call her, once they do this next operation, and they say, we've gotten the cancer, you're clear, that she's decided not to do any more chemo. So, and that could always change. You never know. That's her decision, and I respect her for her decision. Rottweiler, quit. I'm going to kick you in your butt. All right, everybody. I'm going to get going on the cholo. I just wanted to do a holler out at everybody. I'm kind of standing behind the camera. All right. Now, this time it says it's recording audio. I hope you guys heard me on the last one talking about Brat. So, hold on, guys. I'm going to let these guys back in the house because all they're doing is barking. Go. 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 Leave her alone. Quit picking on your sister. She's old. Go. 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 They're fighting, so I'm sending them in, Mommy. All right, everybody, I'm back. Try to get everything set up. Try and get this thing wired in. Good there. Good there. Try and make sure I got good enough stuff to wire to. Orange and white, I'm not going to use everybody because the LED light. Already has a in the top of it, it has a the orange and white wire for the brake light runs your license plate light. And the license plate light on this, everyone, already runs once it's on just your brake light, your running light. So Nitro thinks he's got it figured out. Everybody pray for me. We'll figure it out as we go. It's been a rough morning. You know, Mommy really needs a lot of prayers, so Daddy's trying to get. One of Mommy's best, happiest times is when she's on the back of a scooter with Daddy, getting her ride time in. And it's just us, so I think y'all know getting in the breeze is part of our lifestyle. So stick with me, everybody. Make sure I got everything set up. need to get a little bit longer wire on that ground. So we'll make that happen, everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Try to find me a little piece of black wire, y'all. Stick with me. There we go. That's it right there, everybody. A little piece of shrink wrap down over it. Get a little flux on her. Little flux placed always helps the soldering process. Yeah, when you get old, people, you tend to forget what you do, where you put everything. So I still have my ground, so I can check everything. Try to keep everything over here where it's supposed to be, y'all, but sometimes. Yesterday I was going through and trying to figure stuff out. Got to get this Carlita up and running. See if my flux wire fell on the ground, everybody. I'm not sure where the heck that flux wire went. There it is. Found it. I should say soldering wire, everybody. Sorry, it's been rough boarding trying to help my wife, y'all. No. That's not what we want. Daddy should have brought his glasses out. I'm as blind as a bat. That looks pretty good, though. Soldered in there nice. What a cool first second, y'all. Yeah, this ain't like the plug and play stuff, y'all. This is an old bike. The only complaint I had with this LED system, it didn't come with a set of prints, y'all. So get some shrink wrap on there and get that closed up nice. Another piece of shrink wrap. We'll get this ground done, everybody. Y'all know this is the second brake light, so. And I will say the first brake light was my fault. I was sitting here and it slid off. And I think I broke the LED module inside the brake light itself, everybody. Mistakes happen. Live and learn. I've been fighting with this poor thing. Think we got it. And a lot of it was, I had all the prints right here, people. Good damn fancy prints. You know where I was making my mistake? I had everything wired up properly. For my turn signals, brake light, everything worked good. I couldn't get turn signals to work. Guess what? This steel LED brake light comes with a rubber pad. It was a ground. I had to actually get a self-tapping screw and make me a little ground wire to tap into the fender. Once I figured out it was a ground, everything works. So, my bad. Things happen. Ask Mr. Monkey. I'm sure he runs into them problems too. But I'm working on old bikes. He gets to work on that new stuff. But y'all know I sold my CVO to help my wife with her cancer. And now, some of the videos I do, y'all, and me and my wife put up, we got trolls coming in, calling my wife all kinds of names, telling us we're trying to get money from people because we're crackheads, drug addicts. I'm going to tell you what, I'm a biker, but I was a millwright for 22 years. And when I wasn't being a millwright, I worked for Davenport Ambulance as a nationally registered paramedic. So you tell me, when you're working on heavy machinery in a foundry, and then driving around helping people save lives, how many times a month I was drug tested. So, and you see me talk about cannabis. Yeah, I stayed away from cannabis. I smoked a little bit when I was a kid. But then life got real. I had to get a job, had to make a living, support my kids, support my family, and got away from drugs. Of course, back in them days, the stuff you got was nothing like what they sell nowadays. First time I smoked some of that Colorado stuff, it knocked me on my arse. All right, everybody. I'm trying to make it happen, people. And that's just real talk. I fell 2009, broke my neck. I wound up having prostate cancer. And I've been 4 years now non-detectable on the prostate cancer, but it was kind of a push and go situation for a while. It was there, and then it wasn't, and then it was there. It was coming back, then it wasn't coming back, then it was back. Both the help of prayer and a bunch of good brothers and sisters and the cannabis, the prostate cancer went away. So the last 2 times I've been had my prostate numbers checked, it was NED, undetectable. All right, everybody. I'm going to get that handlebar. I can move this out of the way. Try not to shimmy and shake anything. I don't need that fender falling off again, everybody, and breaking everything. Okay. So the blue wire is my power switch. I think the red and yellow wire is my brake switch. Or yeah, the red and yellow. Yep, brake switch. Try to remember how this goes, everybody. Give me a second. Hold on, everybody. That's not real bright, so I'm going to just give that a second right there. Just making sure everything's the way it should be, and that's not. So we'll switch them around. Oh. Sorry, everybody. It's been a rough morning. Now I have brake lights, everybody. Yay! Yeah, it's been a rough morning, y'all. So I'm going to shut the power off, do these one at a time. Little flux. Get this wired on. Looks good, everybody. Chance to cool off. A lot of people like to use them little plug, heat up with a hairdryer. And this is all underneath fenders, so I just don't trust all that stuff. I hate to be going down the road and then all of a sudden having one of them plugs come unplugged. When I know for a fact if I solder it, it ain't coming apart, y'all. Boom, done. All right, everybody. One more for the brake light system. I'm starting to run out of my little tiny pieces of shrink wrap. But we'll get her, everybody. It's been tough. I was awful down on myself because I wasn't getting this. I was calling myself all kinds of bad names. And all in all, it all fell down to it was just a freaking ground wire. It wasn't me. It was a piece of rubber. Some of you might laugh at that. I guess I should have thought it was funny too, but I didn't because it was actually pretty stupid. All right, we'll get some flux on that one. I probably won't talk too long. These damn microphones. Can't tell if it's still green. Are we still green, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Well, I think this one died, everybody. All right, everybody, I have to yell now. So I'm going to solder this one in, and I'm going to put you all on the Go Fast channel. I think we need some new microphones, everybody. These microphones we got just ain't working out real well for Nitro. Can y'all hear me? All right, everybody. I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna shut y'all off, put you on hyper mode, because my microphone quit working. I guess y'all, they're gonna have this damn microphone company's gonna have to hear something from Nitro. Damn, darn people will have to F around and find out. All right, everybody.
Well, I think the one thing that discipline definitely does help you with is it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. If you have more success, and sometimes a big part of success is just not being fucking lazy and just doing it.
Yeah.
That's like 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not going to feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat fuck. Because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. It's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. That there's got to be those days you push through, and they're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline, in my eyes, has always been that through discipline I get things done. I always say that I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
but I always do. One of the big problems is sitting down and doing the work. Mm-hmm. And you got to, and Pressfield talks about that in the most concise and beautiful way. And he labels it like an enemy. He calls it resistance. Mm-hmm. And that you have to sit down, you have to overcome resistance, and that the pro goes to work. And it doesn't matter if you're sick, doesn't matter if you have kids, it doesn't matter what, you're a pro and you go to work. And that just, it puts it in your head that this is what I do. This is what, and you have pride in that. And then when you are in front of that keyboard and you look down at the count, it says, I got 1,000 words today. I put 1,000 words in. You're doing the work. Yeah. And out of that work, gems blossom. Yep. Little things, but you might have a day where you just write nothing but dog shit. So what? Show up again tomorrow. And tomorrow out of that dog shit, a flower will emerge. You never know. And that's the only way to develop real, to really develop your potential 100% in anything, whether it's as an author or even as a martial artist. There's a lot of creativity in martial arts. To be a great striker, you have to be creative, because you have to develop patterns or execute patterns that aren't going to be perceived. This idea that life is hard, something you're supposed to shield from them, it's so silly. And, I've had this conversation with my friends, because everybody that I know that's interesting had a fucked up life. But now we have kids, and the last thing we want is our kids to have a fucked up life. So we put our kids in these good schools, we live in these nice neighborhoods, everybody eats healthy, and there's no fucking domestic violence, and everybody seems, it's so different than all of our lives. And we were talking about it. Me and Brian Callen were actually talking about it. Look, we all had fucked up childhoods, and everybody we know had fucked up childhoods. And they're all interesting, but I don't want my kids to be boring, but I also want them to be safe. So it's like, how do you approach that? I mean, I think you get involved. This is what I've chosen to do, is get my kids involved in martial arts and give them the opportunity to pursue difficult things, and understanding that through pursuing these difficult things, in accomplishing stuff, you learn something about yourself. You learn that you have this ability inside of you to overcome. Get obsessed with life improvement. Find things that you enjoy doing that are difficult. Do them and get better at them. It seems so simplistic. It seems like a ridiculous, idealistic point of view, but it's effective. Well, you need some amount of pride and some amount of ego to get good at things in the first place, because it's such a counterintuitive notion, because you have to have a belief in yourself. You have to be able, when you start out at jiu-jitsu, you're a white belt. I remember being a white belt and being like, oh my God, I am fucking never going to get good at this. I'm going to suck forever. But to look at people who are better than you and know they had to have sucked at one point in time. Okay, there's somewhere along the end of this tunnel, there's got to be a light. I just got to keep going. Yeah. And that takes ego,
and
right?
Ego, yeah, I was going to say, ego drives you to be successful, me to be successful. Ego is what's driving you. The problem is when you let ego go too far. Yeah. And everything takes balance. There's a dichotomy in everything. Every
All right, everybody. Well, it's done. It now has brake lights mounted. Got the passenger seat back on for Mama. Now I got the whole rear end tied up. Now I got to start mounting the front light bar back on. So, peace everybody. I finally got it done. Woo, yeah. All right, everybody. Peace out. Much love. Like, subscribe, and share.